Greetings. I'm here to dye my hair purple. um, Again, going for a pastel purple. This gray has been on for like, what day is it today? It's December 10th. So, in like 3 weeks. And it's not really fading much, nor is the purple at the ends, but here we are. We're working with what we've got. And yeah, I don't know if this is too light. Ooh, it looks so blue on camera. It looks purple in person. Yeah, I don't know if it's too light or too dark. I don't have the best track record with pastel hair colors, so I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. I guess we'll see how deep it looks once I have a layer of it on my head. Yeah, I'm starting with gray that's mostly blue and purple at the ends. So I'm aware that I tried to do this like a month ago and got it too dark, so we will see what happens this time. If it's too dark, it's too dark, and I will just have to cope with that. Okay, let's start around the ears. So it's out of the way. I think this is going to be too dark. Oh well, it'll fade, is what I said last time. This is IroIro Purple, diluted a lot. It's diluted by like, I don't know, I put maybe a tablespoon worth in, and my bowl was full, so I had to empty it out and remove 4 ounces and then dilute it some more. So yeah, now it's time for tunes. Tunes, I need those in my life. Okay. These things, like, they stay on better, but they're such a bitch to get on. Bluetooth connected, you say. Okay, and tunes. Okay, let's go. I don't know, now that it's going on, I have no idea what's going to happen. Let's be real. Let's be realistic here. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not a fan of how blue this gray is, and I would kind of like more of a pink purple happening, but I wanted to get rid of the rest of this IroIro Purple because it's so old, and I only have the tiniest bit left in the pouch. It's from the era where I was using a lot of IroIro. It's been like 2 or 3 years that I've just been hanging on to this tiny bit left in the pouch. And it's time to get rid of it. Also, I got both my COVID and my flu vaccines yesterday. And yeah, I'm aware I've waited a stupidly long amount of time because I procrastinated about making the appointment. So here we are in December. The COVID one hurts. The arm is sore. The flu one hurt more when she was injecting it, and then the COVID one I didn't feel at all, but today I feel it. So anyway, it's a good idea for me to have my arm up and moving about. So yeah, that's got my arm up and moving about. If this doesn't cover the gray very well, I'm okay with it being kind of like a smoky purple. But again, I genuinely have no idea what I'm going to get out of this. We will find out. So anyway, I'm house hunting. And it's way too much adulting for me. And it's stressful. And yeah, I feel like my realtor is maybe not as motivated to do the most because of my budget. Less commission because he was recommended by a realtor that my mom knows, who I think works on a lot of higher end properties. And like, I don't have that kind of money, but like, I struggle to trust people. Like, are you actually trying? Are you actually trying? Do we trust you? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I looked at 2 places on Monday, and one I really super had my heart set on it before seeing it. And having seen it, it still looks really good. It was rented, so like it hasn't been cleaned very well. And I'm like, who puts a house on the market without, cleaning it? Like it needs new paint and would need new carpets. Not that that's like an urgent thing, and there's only carpets in 2 rooms. But yeah, I still like that one. The other one was like, nah, like okay enough, but one of the skylights is broken, and just, you're trying to sell a house with a broken skylight, like you're not going to try to fix that, and it's been broken since the summer, so like how much liquid has gotten in, and how much of a problem is that going to be? So, I don't know. Again, my budget. And, yeah, so that one has been taken off my list. Plus, it like overlooks. It's not a highway, but it's a very busy road with a higher speed limit. So, nah, I don't want that in my backyard. So I'm gonna go look at 3 more on Saturday. But I think that I might, because I don't want to just like buy the first one that I have my heart set on without looking at other ones, even though I feel like I'm kind of wasting my time looking at other ones because I like that one best. I don't know, man. This is too much adulting for me. I don't like it. I don't even make these decisions by myself. And like my parents are putting in a substantial down payment, which is long-term my inheritance. And my friend's like, well, I'm surprised your parents aren't looking at them with you. I'm like, well, yeah, I guess it's a lot of their money, but I don't know. I've been a very independent person for a very long time. But at the same time, I kind of want to be like, Mom, Dad, help me. Help me. Figure it out for me. I don't want to do this. It's too much. I'm like, how do you know that you trust a person doing the inspection? And I thought that, like, at least the real estate agent for the selling properties would be there, so I could, like, ask questions, like, hey, how much was the utility bill last year? Like, about what is insurance like? Like, when was the last time the drains to the street were scoped and dockered if they needed it? But yeah, not there for either of the ones I looked at. So, like, when do you ask those questions? Like, can you ask those questions? I don't understand. These are all probably questions from a realtor. I get overwhelmed. I'm like, no, I don't have any questions. Stop talking to me. I don't know. I really want to go home. I don't think. It's too much. It's too much. So, yeah. I'm looking at, well, and then even as I told him on Monday, I'm like, well, I have, almost all day Tuesday and all day Wednesday and after 5 on Thursday, and then before 2:30 Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I work those days. But I would kind of prefer to not do those days because I have to work those days. No, all 3. And his response is like, oh, are you free as early as 11 on Saturday? I'm like, holy fuck. I don't get up early for stuff. I get up early for hiking and for skiing, and that is it, because I'm a night owl and I only work evenings. And like, I get that, this is reality and you gotta live in reality, and reality is made by the daywalkers, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so I work until 11:30 on Friday night, and then normally I would be up until 3 or 4 in the morning, but I have to not do that so I can be functional and acting like an adult at 11 in the morning. But that's the equivalent of asking somebody who works 9 to 5 to be up and viewing a house at 5 in the morning. Like, just, you know, just to get like the kind of vibe that I'm complaining about. Like, that's the equivalent. But the daywalkers don't get it. If you're a daywalker, you don't understand what it's like, because it sucks. Like, even tomorrow, I have to be, what am I doing? Okay. Work, education day, training thing that starts at fucking 8 in the morning. Like, why does it have to be 8? Like, at least it's not 7, but why does it have to be 8? Like, it could be 9. 9, I could, you know, I wouldn't be happy about it, but it's a lot easier to live with than needing to be up at an hour that starts with the 6. At least it's only one day this year. Last year it was 2 days. It was fucking horrible. There's a point earlier this year where my manager was asking me to be part of this like committee thing, and she doesn't like to take no for an answer, and no is usually my answer. So the trick I've come up with is to say no about 3 times, and then she keeps pressing, and I'm like, I'll think about it, and then I just don't think about it. I never get back to her. I'm like, yeah, I'll think about it and get back to you. But this one thing, I was like, okay, fine, I'll give her this one. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'm interested. And then like, wait, are there meetings in the morning? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, no, I'm out. Like, no. So, and I was gonna, pretend to, try, but nah. I need some morning meetings. I don't care if you pay me for it. I don't care if I can do it from home. I'm not getting out of bed before noon. No. Like, if I'm up until at least 4, I'm not getting out of bed before noon. It's non-starter. Also, the house that I have my eye on, well, I guess I talked about it more in my last baking video, but nobody watches those, so it has a heat pump, which is cool, and a new furnace, because you can't just use a heat pump here in the winter, it gets too cold. And I'm going to have to accept, that I'm moving from the inner city to the suburbs, so it's going to be a longer drive to work no matter what, no matter where. The yard has a greenhouse, like, fuck yeah. Like, and then, like, just, something like works on my brain, because I'm a sucker for dark blue, and like all of the accents are dark blue. The kitchen's dark blue, there's dark blue accent walls, the trim's dark blue. Like, fuck yeah, cabinets are dark blue. Like, I just, you got me with the dark blue, especially because so many places are so brown, because I can't afford anything new. Like, no. And plus, I don't really want anything new because I live in an infill type neighborhood, and I have seen how they do infills. I don't know about like a proper new build. So one of my friends bought a condo in a new building, and she's had to fork out so much money for things that they just didn't do properly. Like, within like 2 or 3 years, they needed to completely redo the plumbing. And it's like, yeah, that's gonna be 20 grand. Like, yeah, I get that's a risk with a house too, like even more of a risk. But like, no, if it was brand freaking new, like, no. Because the construction companies just open up a limited liability corporation, and then as soon as they're done the build, they close it down, so you've got no recourse. I've seen some things. Yeah, and I don't want a condo because condo fees and neighbors, and I do not want to share walls with people. Like, I could cope with a duplex, but I would really rather not. So, yeah. Anyway, like, do I really like this place, or do I just like that it's dark blue? But a heat pump would give me air conditioning in the winter, which would, and not winter, in the summer, which would be nice because there's 2 stories. Like right now I live in a basement just because it gets so freaking hot in the summer and I can't bear it, and I could not live upstairs in the summer here. And like, yeah, I could probably set up a bedroom in the basement, but I don't really want to have to. So, yeah, air conditioning is not super common here, but as the climate warms, you know, kind of become more of a necessity. I wish solar panels weren't so expensive, because solar panels would definitely offset heat pump or air conditioning. Should I find a place with air conditioning? Otherwise, like regular stuff. But yeah, quite expensive, and you know, a house is quite expensive, so I'm not gonna have money to just throw around. And also, anything that is in the era that I can afford would probably be plumbing, which is something that kind of needs to be replaced because it tends to just break. And I don't really want a flooded basement. Also, I'm gonna need more furniture. I have 1 couch and 1 chair, and that's not really enough for a house, but long term. So yeah, am I just being manipulated by dark blue? It's entirely possible. But yeah, I think that once I look at the other 3, I can kind of feel mentally confident enough to put in an offer on the one that I like without feeling like, what if I missed out? Because one of the ones I looked at already sold. They tell me it's either a neutral or a buyer's market, but I don't know, I've got it on mine, so I just want to get it done with. Like, I know that's not the best attitude because I don't need to move immediately, but like, I want to move immediately. I want to get it done with. Like at that point, I'm like sitting watching Lord of the Rings special features, which also I haven't watched in so long. And a couple points where they're talking about the newfangled technology of video conferencing. And I was like, damn, I'm old. Like, I'm old. I remember when these came out. But what was I talking about before that? Yeah, I'm at a point where I'm like, I should be packing. I want to be packing. Even though, you know, I don't have a place or a date or anything. I want to be packing. I just want to be done. I want to be done. Yesterday, I donated a bunch of kitchen stuff that I don't need. And I've got 4 garbage bags worth of clothes to go, which is not even a fraction of the amount of clothes that I have. But, yeah, so I want to be packing. Because I feel like I'm probably, to save some money, going to move most of my belongings myself. And then get movers for the furniture. I'm not asking my family to help again. Also, I've got textbooks from university that I've moved with 7 times. And I'm not going to move an 8th time with them, so I need to chunk those. So they're completely useless at this point. Okay, I don't know what color I'm going to get out of this. We will find out tomorrow. It'll have to be up so early. Tomorrow afternoon. I'm back. I'm so tired. I was up so early. Because, you know, because I had to be up at 6:30, that meant I've been awake since 3:30 because, you know, just gotta roll like that. Yeah, I'm quite tired. Anyway, here's purple. It's darker than I really strictly want it to be, but this gives it some time to fade. So I don't need to deal with dyeing it right away. I haven't actually looked through. So I had like a ponytail, so we got the bump. Haven't looked through to see how good of a job I did. Yeah, it looks good enough. Yeah, I have no idea how fast this will fade. It is a nice purple. It's just a smidge darker than I wanted. Yeah, and some woman rolled down her window to yell at me that it's a fabulous and amazing color, and yeah. So there was that. Yeah, thank you. Why are you yelling at me? Anyway, that's all. Happy New Year, I guess, because it's going to be New Year's almost when this goes up. So Happy New Year. It's almost 2026. Hope it's a good one. And the next video will be a review of 2025 Star Colors. So we'll see how that goes. I don't even remember what colors I did this year. We'll find out. Quick update. This is after letting some dandruff shampoo soak on it for a while. I don't know why I had to take this out and hold it in my hand before pressing record or sorting anything out. So anyway, this is more the color that I was going for. So it was kind of a success, and now it's more of a success. That just got up. Kind of a success, and now more of a success. Okay, I'll talk about that.